And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Friday, March 25th. I am Josh Engleman, and I am here to break down a 7-game NBA slate, closing out the work week strong. Before we do anything, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Chat, what's going on? Good to see everybody here this morning. We've had a good week. We're rounding it out with this nice little 7-gamer. We got to be out by like 7:45, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm just excited to talk some basketball. Last night was not the night for me. Did not have the Jokic fade ended up okay. Turns out you needed Steven Adams, but turns out you really needed Devin Booker, who I did not have. So, at least not enough. That's for sure. So, on to the next one. It was looking decent, actually, out of the gate. Needed a little bit more out of Vooch. That did not go as well as I would have liked. But you live and you learn. So, yeah, good morning to everybody. I'm ready to drink some coffee. I'm ready to get this bad boy started. Don't want to dilly-dally too much today. Nate, you suck at DFS. So do I, man. So do I. At least that's how I feel most days when you wake up. But that's why you play the next day. So you can feel good one day out of every 7. At least that's why I play. Anyway, let's get it started. First and foremost, we'll do this one right there. Prize Picks, presenting sponsor of this show. If you go to awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo or click the link in the description, you can get yourself 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum, a bit of a deposit bonus on your first deposit at Prize Picks. We have a ton of tools, including the Prize Picks player prop tool. That's going to help you out tremendously if you sign up there. I can't say that it guarantees you anything, but I promise you it's going to put you ahead of a lot of people. So make sure you're checking it out. And then, rise and grind, everybody. It's good to see you guys here. Happy to have you all. Whether you've got a coffee, a tea, water, beer, chicken nuggets, Pop-Tarts, hot dogs, even just a joint, I've got a coffee. So what I say to you guys is cheers. Let's start this day off right. That is good. That is good stuff. Let's switch this view up and let's get it started. Bang. Done. First game up today. Utah Jazz, 4-point favorites in Charlotte. 231 total. One of 2 games north of 230. We also have 2 games under 220. So if you're looking for the spread on this one, that's what it looks like. For Utah, we have no Bojan Bogdanovic. We have no Daniel House. Q-tag on Hassan Whiteside, which doesn't really do anything for us, and still no Azubuike. So same guys we've had for Utah for at least the past 2 games. We did see Eric Paschall play 25 minutes this last time out. Didn't play in the game on Monday. I'm going to assume that he plays today. I just got to figure out whose minutes he's taking. That's really the only issue here. Conley in for 30 and Mitchell in for 35 and Clarkson in for 30-something. I guess he takes Juancho's minutes, considering Juancho played basically nothing. So let's go ahead and take a look at Paschall. And I want to look at that rotation, too, from Wednesday's game, just to make sure that it wasn't anything crazy. So that'll be the 23rd. Utah. They did get smacked by Boston, so let's make sure that we don't overreact to blowout run. We didn't. Juancho was the guy that got the blowout run, as did Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Both of those guys, Juancho and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, not a part of the real rotation. Pay attention to that. Paschall started, obviously. Okay, so now I feel a lot more comfortable here. So what we want to do is get Paschall. I don't know if he necessarily closes, so I think like 22 minutes works there. That gets me like 18 for Rudy Gay. I need to take 8 minutes away from Royce O'Neal. So I have 6 minutes left over. They had Clarkson, Whiteside, Forrest, Gay. So they went to a 9-man rotation. That is what I have in here right now. So I just need to spread those minutes out to the rest of the bench. They don't come from guards. It basically has to come from Trent Forrest, I guess. Or Rudy Gay. Because, like, we're not getting any extra time at center. It's not going to be Mitchell. I guess it could be Clarkson, although he played a little bit less this last time out. But this was the non-blowout run. So, I mean, I guess it could just be spillover to Jared Butler. That probably makes the most sense. Because I don't think it's going to be Wancho. If he wasn't in the rotation last time, I don't know why he would be today. Let's remember, Utah taking on Charlotte. Charlotte, great matchup. Larry, I love the updates to Fantasy Cruncher. It's so much more customizable now for whatever any specific people would want. The per minute stuff is massive. If you just want to make quick changes. You know, that, like, if I had a process show live before lock and we needed to make some changes on the fly, like, just telling you guys, I think so-and-so is a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy, go with whatever minutes you want. Like, I think that's important. Yeah, S&P, I'm with you there. If Whiteside can't go, I think you might see Pascal as the backup center. Well, like Pascal and Rudy Gay to a degree. I don't know. It probably brings Rudy Gay into play. Actually, it probably just brings Wancho back into play. I could see Pascal being the backup center, playing a little bit at the 4, and then Wancho just soaking up that extra time. So, because really, we're only looking for 15 minutes. It could be a massive bump to Pascal. It could also not matter at all. You can pretty easily just turn those 15 minutes into Wancho minutes and not really change anything. Now, on the Charlotte side, what do we need to know? These guys have had some weird rotations as of late. No Gordon Hayward, so that's not all that surprising. Like, it definitely, obviously, if Whiteside is out, it increases Pascal's minute ceiling, unquestionably. That I'm with you for. I think the most likely scenario is that it doesn't really change what they're trying to do. All right, so for Charlotte, they are just literally not playing Kelly Oubre. Is that blowout run? Did Kelly Oubre actually not play? He's one first half rotation. Minus 12. Whew. I mean, are they going to boot him from the rotation? Is that going to happen? Feels like that's going to happen. We'll keep our eye on it, though. 32 minutes for LaMelo. Yeah, his minutes are starting to creep up a little bit. We'll go to 33. I want to rebuild everything here just because I think I can do it quicker. 33 there for LaMelo. I'm going to give Isaiah Thomas, I don't know, 12, because that's about what he seems to do. Then we give Terry Rozier 35. We give Mason Plumlee 25. And then Trez, I don't know, like 18. Yeah, I think that works. And then a nominal amount of minutes to PJ Washington. He plays about 30. Miles Bridges. Actually, we'll want to go to McDaniels here at the 4. McDaniels is going to be like 13. Now we can go to Miles Bridges for his 34. Gives me 24 for Cody Martin. Maybe a couple extra. Honestly, probably closer to 26, but 24 works. Now that leaves me 16 for Oubre. I'm not so sure I agree with that, but I also don't know where else those minutes would go. Isaiah Thomas has sort of, well, I mean, by has been getting more run than Oubre, do you mean just in the last game? Because that's the only time that it's happened. Literally. No, it happened on the 11th as well. Yeah, I feel like it's more likely that Martin gets another minute, so I want to take that one from Oubre. I feel like it's more likely that Isaiah Thomas gets another minute. We'll take that one from Oubre. Not that it matters. I mean, we're quibbling here. Rates all stay the same. So I think we could look at game number 1 now. Utah. Donovan Mitchell to me looks really good. 8,500 on FanDuel, 9K on DraftKings. Gobert is fine on DraftKings. Looks solid on FanDuel. Oh man, that's what I should do. I should give out grades. A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, F. It's not actually the worst idea. I'll think about that. Look, ultimately, the guy that we're cornering the market on today is Donovan Mitchell. On Charlotte, that guy would be, on FanDuel at least, Terry Rozier. Rozier is 6,500 on FanDuel, 7,900 on DK. So if you're a big, scary Terry guy, I hope you're playing on FanDuel tonight because he just looks better there because of his price. Rozier, Bridges, Ball, and Washington are all basically the exact same play on DK. But let's go to the process table and take a look at everything so you guys can see it with everybody combined. So Rozier and Mitchell are pretty close to each other on FanDuel. It's probably a little bit easier to get to Rozier than Mitchell. Mitchell's raw point ceiling looking a little bit better. I don't have much to separate those guys, if I'm being honest. And then on DK, very clearly Mitchell, because of Rozier's different price tag, he's like a full 3 points behind Donovan Mitchell. So, game 1 in the books. I should have had some sort of like color coding to this table. I just don't know what that would be. Actually, one thing I do want to do is expand that. Now, this is not something I should be doing while I'm on this show, but I cannot help myself. I hate when formatting looks weird. Drives me crazy. Okay, that's so much better now. All right, game number 2. And again, thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. Washington Wizards, 3.5-point dogs in Detroit. 219 total. Wizards are on the back-to-back. And I don't necessarily know anything specific for this team right now. Yeah, like the only other issue would have been Kuzma. I'm going to treat Kuzma like he's out for right now because it's it's the day after a back-to-back, and I don't know, and we won't know. Ish actually got a bit of extra run. Did that game get out of hand? Not as out of hand as you would have expected. Nobody played blowout run. Anthony Gill was actually a part of the rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, they went to a 10-man. Zinger played 32. All that's good to know. Now, I assume Kristaps Porzingis doesn't play today, but we'll see. But I don't think he's going to be playing the back. I mean, he did play a back-to-back last week. Feels like he shouldn't be playing it now, but I don't know. I don't know why Ish played more. I don't know why Satoransky played less. I don't really care either for Washington today. I just don't see a natural path to making any changes to this rotation right now. I guess I should probably take a minute away from Kispert. I think that's more about his ceiling. So we're good there. Oh, I actually have 2 minutes left over. They can just go directly to Anthony Gill. Bang. So Washington stays the same since they're on the back-to-back. No other real way around it. If Kuzma's in, it changes everything. On Detroit, though, they're not on a back-to-back. But are they sitting anybody? Certainly could be. For the Pistons, Joseph available, Grant available, Frank Jackson is in. Isaiah Livers is still out, as is Hamidou Diallo. So let's get this rotation back to normal, which is sort of where I already have it. We saw Did Corey Joseph start? What happened in that last game on Wednesday? Did Joseph still start? Where's Detroit? Smacked Atlanta. Joseph started, didn't close. Hayes played alongside of Joseph late. Did Cunningham get into foul trouble? Nope. He just played a shit ton, is all. Okay, so Pickett was blowout run. Although for some reason Sadiq Bey also played blowout run. So that's interesting. I mean, if Corey... I assume they still want Corey Joseph to close, so I don't really have a change that I want to make there. Maybe we'll go 27-21. Yeah, I think that's fine. What a cough. All right, there we go. Isaiah Stewart's minutes seem fine to me. Bagley played the blowout run as well. Now, he could close, but I'm kind of fine with the minutes that I have in right now. Although Frank Jackson being back does matter a little bit. Hasn't played in ages. Did play 14 minutes a bit ago. I think Frank Jackson would be ahead of Magruder. So I'm going to give Frank Jackson 18. I'm going to give Magruder the reduced minutes of 8. I'm fine with 35 on Bay, 35 on Cade, 33 on Jeremy Grant. So the rest of this to me looks fine. Josh, I put up 318 on DK last night. Got off work late, so couldn't enter. Can I please sicken me and tell me where I would have finished in the big 20 last night with 218? I have no idea. Check out Fantasy Cruncher's lineup study or browse right to it. I don't know. 318. I have no idea. I don't even play on DK. Somebody in chat could probably help you out there. Two-thirds showing why you're actually three-thirds. Charlotte is not giving Isaiah Thomas run because he averaged 40 in the G League. All right, Wizards. We're going to need the news. If we don't get any news from Washington and they are the same team they were yesterday, they're not very good. On Detroit, basically the same story, although Cade Cunningham looks all right. We add game 2 in, you guys can see it. All right, maybe I underestimated Cade there. Cade actually becomes the number 2 guy on DK out of the first 2 games, 3rd on FanDuel. Now, like, somebody had to be there. Still not looking as good at, like, I would still rather get to Rozier or Mitchell on FanDuel, and I would still rather get to Mitchell on DraftKings, but it's a lot closer. And Cade's shooting guard small forward opens him up a bit. Nothing too crazy there. Bay actually a little bit higher than I would have expected, but you know, there's a clear tier here. That's 2.2 points above, so not a lot coming out of that Washington-Detroit game. Golden State Atlanta, I don't get the sense is going to be creating a lot either. 2.5-point dogs for the Warriors in Atlanta, and at the very least, we're going to get a couple of these guys back that didn't play their last game. Clay is available, Dre is available, Otto Porter's available. Clearly no Steph. So, yeah, I got to just delete that whole rotation because no Clay and no Draymond matters a ton. First up, we're going to go to Jordan Poole, who has played 36 minutes at least in all 3 games since Steph has been out. Clay is going to go in for his 33. I think we get... I mean, Draymond played 29 on Tuesday. I have no reason to suspect he's going to be playing any less. So 30 makes the most sense for Draymond. We'll see what position that actually comes in. Looney, minutes are sort of all over the place. But now that they're starting to get bodies back. He played a little bit less on Sunday and Tuesday. I still think that he's going to be good for like 22 minutes. Bielitsa, I think, is probably good for like 18. Although Iguodala coming back is interesting. He is questionable, hasn't played in months. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's move 8 of those minutes over for Draymond. Give Kuminga 22. Say Iggy gets 14. Otto Porter gets 24. Shit, I need to give Wiggins a ton of minutes too. Wiggins get up to 34. Bielitsa might lose some playing time here. I think it'd be Bielitsa. Because I think Damian Lee is done. I mean, Gary Payton could also be done too. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have a great feel here. Give those minutes to Payton. Now, we do have to update rates because with Clay back, Jordan Poole's not going to have a 30% usage rate. So let's go ahead and get that now. We need to think about Steph off. Where's Steph's name? Well, that's Atlanta, so that's probably a pretty decent reason why I can't find Steph Curry's name, because he's not on that damn team. All right, so we take Steph off. We say that Clay, Dre, Wiggins, and Poole all played. Do we have a big sample of that? I don't think we do. No, we don't. Who matters the least here? Let's say at least 3 of those 4 played. That'll give us the sample we're looking for. That opens back up all that like Clay time at the beginning of the season. Yeah, okay, that works. Let's grab these rates. All this work for the Golden State, and they're probably going to look terrible. Outside of Draymond Green on FanDuel, who I believe has like a really ridiculous price tag, I don't think that we're going to be rostering all that much of Golden State anyway. And that's kind of a letdown. All right, there we go. Rates are grabbed for Golden State. We'll start with Poole. 30% usage rate. I'm going to dial that down just a little bit for the Clay stuff. We definitely bumped the assist rate. All right, so Jordan Poole's still going to look good. He's going to be in that Cade Cunningham range. Hey, 2/3. What the thing we're actually recommending is Fantasy Cruncher lineup study or lineup rewind, I guess. There's links at the top of Fantasy Cruncher. Not sure what this results DB is that you speak of, but it's definitely not something I'm advocating for on this show. 24% usage for Wiggins. Let's get a bit of a rebounding bump. That's interesting. All right, now Draymond. No usage whatsoever. No surprise there either. Clay, take him up to like 28% usage. Doesn't really do anything else. Guess that's Golden State. Now we go to Atlanta. No Gallo in, Lou Will in, Skylar Mays back. Not that matters. Still no John Collins. So nothing too crazy here for Atlanta. Just back to normal without Collins. Guess I do need to take the TLC minutes away and give those to Lou Will. Morning, Ken. Otherwise, the rest of this is fine. Although, I guess Hunter has been playing a little bit less than I would have expected. Maybe Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich is basically the same too. So I'm going to give Bogdanovich an extra minute. That gets them at 32-31. Wow, they played Jalen Johnson a bunch with no Gallo. That's interesting. I don't really have any other changes I want to make here. I guess I could probably take 2 minutes off of Herder and give those to Lou Will. Yeah, there we go. This looks a little bit better. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Now we're good. Now we're good. All right, that's Atlanta. More here than I thought there was going to be. On Golden State, it's Jordan Poole on DK and FanDuel. But Draymond on FanDuel is 5,200 power forward center. That's going to be a spot you need to take a shot, I think. I got him in for 30 minutes. That might be aggressive, but I like Draymond today. On Atlanta, Herder. Yeah, I probably should parse all that stuff out. I'll clean that all out for the playoffs, actually. Trey looks all right, 9,800 on FanDuel, 10-7 on DraftKings, but he significantly better play on DK. No major priorities there. Let's see what they look like on the sheet. We'll switch to 3, and we'll bump that cutoff. There we go. All right, so Draymond and Jordan Poole move into the 3rd and 4th spots on FanDuel, just ahead of Cade. Similar makeup, though. I mean, you can see where the lines get drawn here. 12, 11, 10, 10, 9. Actually, I'm going to stop showing a decimal point there. I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, that makes way more sense. It shouldn't be like a big bucket like that. Actually, I'm going to knock down all of those things. We don't need the decimal point at all. Yeah, that looks way better. Way better. I like it. Okay. Yeah. Draymond and Jordan Poole on FanDuel. Herder, Trey, Capella are all going to be like knocking on the door of the top 10, but probably not going to make it there. Jordan Poole, though, on DraftKings passes Donovan Mitchell for my favorite option. You can make a case for any one of Cade, Mitchell, or Poole. I think they're all pretty similar. I'm surprised Cade doesn't have a bigger boom because of how low his sample is, but I guess he's been really consistent on a per possession basis. Fuck is my phone doing? Okay. Game 4. This one, unless there are wholesale injuries, and I know that there's like 10 different Q tags on Miami, this one we're not going to get a lot of. 5.5 point dogs for the New York Knicks in Miami, 215 total. And by the way, 87 viewers, 34 likes. We're gonna need to hit that like button. For the Knicks, I think it's just business as usual. Believe Mitchell Robinson's available. Q tag on Randall, Q tag on Mitch. All right, so those guys have to be in for now. There's potentially a lot of value here if Julius Randle ends up out. I'm not projecting him out for right now. But obviously, if Mitchell Robinson and Randall end up out again, you're going to get to a lot of Obi Toppin and probably a lot of Jericho Sims / Taj Gibson, depending on how that all breaks. Alec Burks is sort of playing a little bit more. Got to give him another minute. Emmanuel Quickly is sort of not playing a little bit more. RJ Barrett clearly plays a ton. Fournier clearly plays a lot. That's the rest of the Knicks rotation. There's nothing we can do until we know the status of Randall and Mitchell Robinson, but I am leaving him in for right now. Now, Miami, I don't even... This one's going to be brutal. I mean, we're going to project everybody in, but Q tag on Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Tyler Hero, Caleb Martin, no Vincent or Oladipo. By the way, Oladipo's awful. So 5 Q tags means we got to just treat it like it's the normal rotation. And if somebody happens to be out, great. But I think that everything that I have in here right now is fine. I don't naturally see a place where I'm missing minutes for anybody. Jimmy Butler would be the guy that we want to get to, as would be Bam or Hero on DraftKings. Is there going to be value here for Miami today? Probably. That would be my guess. There's no way to know it right now. So on the Knicks, no priorities. Randall on FanDuel and Barrett on FanDuel are close to that, but they won't be in that upper echelon. On Miami, if everybody's in, I think you should be playing a lot of Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler on DraftKings, and to a lesser extent, Jimmy Butler on FanDuel. Butler, 8K on FanDuel, 8,100 on DK. Even if you think he hasn't been playing as well, I mean, one, maybe they snap out of it from that little tiff they had 2 nights ago, but 2, Butler's still a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy over the last 30 days. Even when he's bad, he's still very viable. And then Bam on the opposite side has been exceptional. 1.36 fantasy points per minute over the past 30 days. He's 8,300 on FanDuel, also gets the power forward eligibility. 8K on DraftKings, only center, but still looks good. And then you can take a swing at someone like Tyler Hero if he's in on DK because he's only 6,300. So as we go to game number 4, let's see. Jimmy Butler slots into the number 4 spot on FanDuel. He's right in that Draymond Green, Jordan Poole territory. Looking really similar to Jordan Poole. I don't have a lot of differences between those two guys. And then Bam, a little bit further down at 10th, but I think from a positional standpoint, he'll get a little bit of a bump. Like, there's not a huge difference between Rudy Gobert and Bam today relative to salary, but because Bam is power forward eligible as well, we're going to see Bam, I would imagine, show up more in Sims than Gobert. And then on DraftKings, Bam slots into that number 2 spot. We've got this pack of plus 10s, big time boom percentage on Bam as well. But Bam and Jimmy both looking really good. As you can see, not really anything coming from, not a single Nick with a positive or anything higher than plus 5 on DK. On FanDuel, you can get a little bit of the Randall and the Barrett, but nothing too crazy. All righty, 3 games to go now. Dallas Mavericks, 2-point underdogs in Minnesota, 228 total. Do we have Luka back? I believe we do. I'm sure that rest helped him. No Bertans. Everybody else that's normally out is out. So I'm going to delete that and that. Actually, it's just going to be easier to start from scratch. When you're putting the 30-something minutes of Luka back in, it's going to take a minute. So for Brunson, he's been playing about 31 minutes a game. I'm going to go with that. And Dinwiddie has actually been playing a little bit more. I'm going to go to 32 on Dinwiddie. And I'm going to pop Luka in for his 36. We get Dwight Powell in for his 26. We get Maxey in as basically the backup. I'm just going to give him the 22. Dorian Finney-Smith gets his 34. Reggie Bullock gets his 33 plus 1. Leaves me 25 minutes for some combination of Josh Green and someone. Frankie Smokes has been playing again, so I guess I need to not give him the playing time. I guess. I don't know. Do something like this. I don't feel like moving the positions around right now, but this works. Yeah, that works. Now, clearly, we need updated rates. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Luka Doncic probably has a little bit of a say in like what's going on for Dallas. So if we say Dinwiddie played, Brunson played, Doncic played, how many games have they played since the deadline with all three guys in? 11. Yeah, that's the sample we're looking for. So let's grab those rates. Oh, I'm ready for the weekend, sort of. Date night with the wife tonight, heading out of town. So that'll be fun. Potentially driving to Pennsylvania on Sunday will be less fun, but we shall see. Could be a busy weekend. All right, Luka Doncic in the 11 games that have had Dinwiddie, Brunson, and Luka, he's got a 39.7% usage rate. The assist rate does come down a bit. Rebounding rate comes down a little bit as well. I'm going to go 11 and 11. Even still, Luka looks amazing against Minnesota. No surprises. Dinwiddie basically keeps his normal rates, does get a giant assist rate cut. Morning, Robert. Nick, by the way. Good to see you here, too. Next up is going to be Brunson. Maintains most of his usage. Assist rate also down pretty dramatically. Rebounding goes down a bit, too. Powell, fine. Reggie Bullock, fine. All right, every other rate is okay. So that'll be Dallas. We'll go to Minnesota. And I think we just go with the same rates for Minnesota that we normally have. Yep, Q-tag on Towns, that's it. Jaden McDaniels, just not a part of this any longer now that he is out. It's been 4 straight games, so we're pretty firm into this same sort of rotation. Beverly in for 29 minutes seems fine, although honestly it should probably be 30. D'Angelo Russell, I got in for 32. That's fine. Edwards, I got in for 34. That's fine. Towns, I got in for 34. Actually, probably a little high for him. I'm going to go 33 and 15. Vanderbilt. Dude's minutes are all over the map. Probably should take a couple more from him. Don't know who I'd give them to, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess they can go to Jalen Noel. Just one. Won't matter, but it'll tame the amount of Vanderbilt that comes in. Lots to like in this game. We're going to see some names on that final list. For Dallas, it's clearly Luka. Luka for 10-4 on FanDuel, just based on what I'm seeing for everything else, is going to be the preferred pay-up option by a mile. I think he's going to be very easily the number one guy. Looks good on DK too at 12-1, but just, you know, clearly 12-1 is a big price. And then on Minnesota, Edwards on DK for 7,400. Russell on FanDuel for 59. Russell's 5,900 on FanDuel. Wow, that's a good price. Edwards looks fine on FanDuel. Beverly looks fine on DraftKings. There's just a lot to like here. So, as we start to look at this now, look at how far clear Luka Doncic is of Terry Rozier. His 5x plus 10 target on FanDuel is 62. If he hits his boom, it's 4 more fantasy points. Like, that's just... Luka could not look... I mean, Luka's still my number one guy on DraftKings, and he's 12,100. Just fire up the Luka here. Love him on FanDuel. Not even close. 6 points clear of Rozier. And you get D'Angelo Russell here into that 5 spot. We've got that pack of guys with Draymond, Russell, Butler, Poole, Edwards, all looking very, very similar. Yeah, that looks good. Really like Russell today at that price. Edwards, I don't want to sleep on Edwards here. Number 3 on DraftKings. Slots right in with Jordan Poole. Then we got that pack of double-digit guys with Bam, Mitchell, Butler, Cunningham. Starting to get the clear delineation on this slate. 2 more to go. Houston Rockets. Wow. If you want to know how bad Portland is, they're 3.5-point dogs to the Rockets, and Portland's at home. That is something else. This game is going to be craptastic. Everybody that's available for Houston is just normal. That's what we're doing. Yep, they're just ready. Also, get Usman Garuba up and playing. What are you doing? Just play him. Play him. All right, I got 30 minutes in for Wood. I think that's fine if it's competitive. I got 23 in for Şengün. That seems about right to me. 32 for KPJ seems right. Dennis Schroeder for 24 seems right. Eric Gordon for 23, about right. Jalen Green, 33. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't really have many changes I want to make here. Kenyon Martin played a little bit less. Jayshawn Tate played a little bit more. Josh Christopher is just sort of always there. Garrison Matthews could probably give up a minute. You know what we're getting out of this team. And for me, it's just play Kevin Porter Jr. That's my guess. KPJ looking good on both sites. I might actually take a minute away from him. I'm going to do that. Now we go to Portland. Josh Hart back. Chris Dunn and Drew Eubanks. What's up with Chris Dunn's contract? Did he get cooked? Are they out of 10 days? Let me look here. Chris Dunn. Let's see. Is his contract still available? Sign the 10-day on the 14th. Okay. I don't know if Chris Dunn has signed another 10-day. Drew Eubanks did. I don't know if Chris Dunn did. So I'm actually going to project Chris Dunn to not be playing right now. Oh, nope. They signed him 9 hours ago. Got it. Good deal. Good deal. That came out late last night. So that's fine. Now we can project Chris Dunn in. I know Eubanks already signed his. No Josh Hart, no Justice Winslow. So this one's even more ridiculous today. Good to know. This Portland team stinks, man. All right, Brandon Williams, 32 minutes. That seems right to me. 26 for Chris Dunn seems right to me. Uh, 29 for Eubanks. Could probably make a case that it should be 30. We get Trendon Watford in for 30. I'm going to say that should be 31. Greg Brown. Probably going to play a little bit more here. He played 27 minutes when there was no Justice Winslow. That had Josh Hart. So I'm going to give Greg Brown 24 minutes. Keon Johnson is probably good for something around 20. I got CJ Ellaby in for 26. I've got Ben McLemore in for 24. I guess Elijah Hughes is going to have to play a bit. And Kelvin Blevins. Poof. So that's going to be what? How many active bodies? So they still have 10 guys. Let's look at their rotations. So, yeah, SMP. Brandon Williams didn't play at all during the blowout. Good try, though. He played those 25 minutes in 3 quarters. And Winslow went out, and then Williams started the second half. So they went Williams, Dunn, Ellaby, Eubanks, Watford, which would be my guess for the starting lineup. Although they could start Keon Johnson. Or I guess in theory, they could start Greg Brown too. But they went to Brandon Williams. So I'm pretty comfortable with what I've got in there. All right, so let's look. And obviously, there's gonna be a lot to like for Houston or for Portland. KPJ, even at 31 minutes, to me looks really good. He's just a guy that I get to a lot. I don't know what it is. Jalen Green looks good enough, I guess, but Portland's the real problem. Look at all the green. We get Watford on FanDuel at 6K, looking great. Brandon Williams on both sites to me, 6,500, 6,700. I'm happy to take a chance there, that's for sure. We need to wait on FanDuel to update the Eubanks and Chris Dunn salaries, but we'll see where those end up. Go to game. We add in game number 6. And slowly but surely narrowing it down. Trendon Watford moves into the number 3 spot on FanDuel. Brandon Williams moves into number 5. But look at, we got that big pack of plus 10s here. A lot of similarity. Still Luka, clearly. Brandon Williams is 3rd on DK. We get KPJ at 6 on DK. We're filling it out pretty nicely. A lot of options there for Portland. And I think we'll probably get a little bit more on FanDuel too. Greg Brown on FanDuel, 3,600. Could be the pay down option you're looking for. That'll help to get Luka too. Final game, guys. Final game. Philadelphia 76ers, 5.5 point favorites in LA against the Clippers. Doc revenge narrative. For Philly, everybody's available. I'm guessing I don't have changes to make here other than minor minutes tweaks. George Niang played a little bit less with full strength, with the team here at full strength. I'm going to take him down to 24 minutes. Give those extra 2 minutes to Shake Milton. Korkmaz was actually still in the rotation this last time out. Is that 10 guys? It is. Not super concerned with that. I don't really know where those minutes would come from. They're not coming from the starters, that's for sure. I got Harden in for 37. I got Embiid in for 35. Maxey in for 35. Harris should be in for 34. I don't have changes that I want to make here. And I guess in theory, I could like chop Danny Green's minutes a bit. It's not like we're going to get to him. We're only going to get to Embiid, to Harden, and to Maxey, particularly Maxey on FanDuel. As we go to the Clippers, hopefully everybody's available, so it's not as hard. I mean, this is a team that just plays everybody. We got some guys out by any chance. Reggie Jackson is going to play 32 minutes per the coach. Okay. Is that an actual quote from Ty Lue? If it is, that's fine. I'm happy to know it. Easier said than done, too. All right. Yeah, whatever. We'll give him 32 minutes. I don't give a shit. 32 minutes for Ty Lue. Yeah, for Ty Lue. 32 minutes for Reggie Jackson. We'll go 30 to Terrence Mann. Everybody else available? Realize I didn't keep looking. No Paul George, clearly. Covington Q tag. Nick Batum, 19 minutes. So I guess we'll look at that. No word on Morris, though. Brandon, where did you see the Morris restriction? Because that's not somewhere that I see. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. I mean, I see this report. Can I see the rest of the report from whatever the hell this dude's name is? All right. Andrew Greif, Clippers minutes. Have you tweeted this, Andrew? Tyloo says the team has certain vets on minutes restrictions. Reggie's marker is 32. Morris is 25. Batum around 19. Got it. Bang. Got it. All right. Well, we'll lock in Batum to 20. We'll take Marcus Morris and put him in for 25. I'll give Covington the other minutes at the 4. That's 23. Guess I can. Let's look at Zubats and Hartenstein. Zubats playing about 25 minutes a game, so we'll take that one. Hartenstein's at 20, although has played more the past 3. Let's go 25-23 on those guys. No, let's go 26-22. Yeah, that makes more sense. 20 minutes for Batum is set. Amir Coffey in for 28. Seems about right. Kennard for 24. Should probably be 26. And then just like 8 minutes of spillover to Brandon Boston. Works for me. That's your Clippers, which means we are through every game. Hey, that's a terrible place for me to go look at that. I need the source data. Embiid looks really good today. 11-2 on FanDuel, 11-2 on DraftKings. He's going to be the second best pay-up option behind Luka, but he does look good. As does Harden on DraftKings at 10K. And I don't mind him on FanDuel either. And then if you want to get to Maxey at 6,200 on FanDuel, I think that's very reasonable. For the Clippers, looking pretty bleak across the board. As we add in the final game, we see where it locked us in. Embiid and Jokic, your top 2 plays on DraftKings. And then we get a pack of Poole, Brandon Williams, James Harden, and Anthony Edwards after that. Tier 3 is going to be Bam, Porter, Mitchell, Butler, and Cunningham. On FanDuel, Luka alone in the top spot. Then a tier of Embiid, Rozier, and Watford. Mitchell sort of on an island. And then this giant pack of Brandon Williams, Draymond Green, Russell, Butler, Harden, Poole, Edwards, and Porter. Let's run our crunches, folks. Great timing on this one. Where are we at in terms of views and likes? 127 viewers, 56 likes. See what happens when I don't ask for likes? No one provides them on their own. You guys need to be hit over the head with it. So hit the like button if you haven't done it already. It's Friday, guys. It's Friday. We made it through the work week. Oh, Fantasy Cruncher, you and your extra columns that I have already gotten rid of. Why are you back? And why do you show everything except for randomness? We'll switch to classic view, at least for right now. All right, we're going to do optimals after the power rankings because when you upload these things now, it activates randomness immediately, and I don't want to have to turn it off and then turn it back on. So, at least, or maybe it didn't. Maybe today now it didn't. No, it didn't. Okay, so we're going to do optimals first because everything that I say is stupid. Optimal on FanDuel. At least for right now, Chris Dunn / what's his nuts? Eubanks could potentially change this, but I don't think they will. You get Luka, Donovan Mitchell, Terry Rozier, D'Angelo Russell, KPJ, Rui, Trendon Watford, Greg Brown, and Bam Adebayo. 340.3 on this one. Now we turn on the old rando. And we check out our power rankings. There's Luka climbing to the top. Firm number 1. No surprises. We already knew that. We already knew. Luka Doncic is your number one contender on FanDuel for today. Donovan Mitchell looks like he's going to be stuck in that number 2 spot, and that's when we start pushing everybody together. Everybody north of 20 would be Draymond, Watford, Butler, D'Angelo Russell, Kevin Porter Jr., Bam Adebayo, Jordan Poole, and Terry Rozier. As we head to DraftKings, all those columns turned on again? They are. Let's get rid of that shit. Unwanted. I need to just save my columns as the view that I want. All right, let's look at DK now. DK optimal. We have 284.8, so by 0.3. Wow, this one only has one Portland Trailblazer in it. You can drop down 0.3 of a point and then get 4 of them. That's wild. Pat Bev, Mitchell, Edwards, Rui, Bam, D'Angelo Russell, Greg Brown, and KPJ. The triple Wolves stack, the no pay-up option stack. Mitchell at 9K, the most expensive guy. Let's check out what the power rankings look like on DraftKings. And if I had to guess, they're going to be a little bit more aggressive. I think this is going to be pretty flat. I thought Luka would rank a little bit higher. I thought Embiid might rank a little bit higher. I think we're just going to... Wow, Cade Cunningham sort of separating from the pack. Was that expected? No, not really. What we're seeing here in this crunch with Cade at the top so far is that shooting guard small forward eligibility is really important. I would have expected it a little bit heavier on Edwards, but Cade, I don't know. I guess we just have the salary to go around. Well, Cade tumbled, so everything that I said was stupid. Greg Brown as the value option is your number one contender on DK. Probably going to take a minute away from him, but he is 3,400 power forward center. I mean, it makes some sense if he's going to get those minutes. KPJ, Jimmy Butler, Jordan Poole, Royce O'Neal, Brandon Williams, Cade, Edwards, and Russell round out everybody above 15%. Really surprised to see Joel Embiid fall as far as he did. Really surprised to see Luka fall as far as he did, although they're expensive. Now we close it out on Yahoo. Final crunch of the week. It's been a good week, folks. Happy to have you guys here. Let's see what we got for optimals on FanDuel. Alrighty, we have I think I just said FanDuel. I meant Yahoo. 300 score. Jordan Poole, Donovan Mitchell, Brandon Williams, Jimmy Butler, Rui, Watford, Porzingis, and Drew Eubanks. Rounding it out here for the optimal on Yahoo. We turn it on. Power rankings. And we wrap this one up. Put a little bow on it. That's me tying a bow, by the way. 120 viewers, 71 likes. We're climbing. We're climbing. I appreciate you guys. Looking like it's a trend in Watford day on Yahoo. Maybe a Jordan Poole day. It's going to be one of the two. I don't know if Poole's going to be able to catch him. Watford in at the number 1 spot on Yahoo. Poole 2. Brandon Williams 3. Jimmy Butler 4. And then we get 10, 15 more guys above 15%. So that will do it, everybody. We are done here. Bang. Another one in the books. Thank you guys for being here. It's been a great week. We don't have too many more of these moving forward. I'm going to miss the process show, but you know, it is what it is. We can't have it during, there's not enough to talk about during the preseason or during the postseason. Rotations don't change. So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button if you haven't done it. Sign up at Prize Picks. You see the banner right there. Click the link in the description. That's it. Good luck. I'm on the strategy show with Laffy, so make sure you're watching it. Contenders videos will be out in a bit. Adios.